So here's another $5,000 in parts going into a $1,800 truck. I'm really excited about this. I want to break into it. Figured I'd wait, do a video, start opening it up. I can go through everything here. So I got new tires. They came with wheels, but eventually I'm just gonna try and sell the wheels and keep the tires. It was cheaper buying these used rather than buying some brand new ones. They're not exactly brand new, but they still have really good tread on them. And then obviously new wheels. In here we got like our shifter for our transmission here, and like a clutch stop, the hardware for it, and these are some suspension parts which we're going to wait to put on for a while. And then in this box we have this starter, which hopefully this is going to solve all my starting issues, which you all don't know about. So when I first put the V8 into the S10, I went through like 4 or 5 different starters, and I kept thinking, oh, I need to get the right starter, so I kept swapping it out. And eventually I realized that the starter would tweak over a little bit. I'd get 6 or 7 good cranks out of the starter, and then it would tweak over a little bit, and it would just start grinding. And I looked under there, and where the starter bolts up, there's just a hairline crack in the block. So eventually I found a setup that worked for like about 8 months or a year, and whenever I get it out, I'll put a video up right now. This was a pain in the butt to get off. You literally can't get to this bolt. I had to take everything off, which I think putting it on I didn't have to take off my pressure plate, but oh well, it is what it is. We at least need to take this off because we have a new one. But it kind of transforms the bolts going into the block, and then you add a plate that goes in between the transmission and the engine block. So we're gonna get rid of that setup, and then hopefully with this we can utilize these 3 bolt holes and use 3 bolts going into the engine block, so that hopefully it doesn't shift on us whenever we're starting it. And if that doesn't work, I have no idea what we're going to do. We're probably going to pull the engine, try and get a different engine block, because I've had it with this issue. The starter that's in there now, we kept having like heat soak issues. Like it would work really good whenever you started it cold, and when it was hot, it would just click, and it kept doing that. And then eventually it just got worse and worse. I changed out the starter solenoid, and it worked good for a couple starts, and then it kind of just still had that same issue. So we're gonna try and get that all squared away. Yeah, I've been accumulating parts for quite a while. This is like version 1 of all the parts that we're gonna put on the truck. The suspension stuff's gonna come a little later. I'm still waiting on some parts to get here, and I'm still purchasing some parts for that. What we can go ahead and do in this video is open up our transmission, check it out, make sure it looks pretty and shiny. And then we also got this, which I'll just go ahead and throw this on the vehicle today. We got this, a hub. I don't know where the hub went. I think the hub's down here. And then we got a quick release. The one thing I am worried about with this steering wheel, I was trying to get a 0 dish. So this is a deep dish, so hopefully it's not too close to me whenever I put it on the truck. But if anything, you can just take the quick release off and just mount it straight up to the hub. But yeah, let's go ahead and unbox this and then get the truck and start putting on our steering wheel. Well, this was pretty well packaged in here. I don't know if I've ever bought a brand new transmission, but man, this is solid shifting. Of course, we're gonna probably sell this shifter because we have the Ford one, which was expensive. So hopefully we can get some money for that shifter. I don't really know what this is, or if it'll be in the way, or no, the bell housing goes here. That'll clearance fine. Man, I just love looking at this thing. All right, so I finally got my truck back in my garage to work on it. It was dead, so I had to jump start it. So add that to the list of things I'm gonna need. Probably need to get a battery here soon, but I think to put on my steering wheel, all I have to do is take this cover off, and there's bolts, and then just bolt on my hub, and then yeah, so Torx bit. Looks like I need a Torx bit, so I'm gonna grab one of those and take off the steering wheel. All right, so I finally got the steering wheel off. I was having issues getting it off, so I was trying to pull on it and hit it with the hammer, but I finally just got a ratchet strap and strapped it around the steering wheel, and then strapped it through these holes on my bucket seat, so then it was keeping tension on it, and I just hit this part with a hammer, and I finally got it off. But I mean, obviously, you could just go around the bucket seat. And then if you had a bench seat, I don't know if you could do this trick, but yeah, just ratchet strap around the steering wheel and then around the seat and got it off. Just wailed on it a couple times with a hammer. Alright, so this is like your horn switch here, and I had to trim it because it was too long. This quick release thing could not fit on it, so I just went ahead and with a razor blade trimmed this up. But I'm gonna go ahead and I think I bolted on the hub good enough. It feels pretty tight. I'm gonna go ahead and put this part of the quick release on, and then the quick release, and then the steering wheel, and I'll get back to you. Alright, well I got it all finished up here. Doesn't go on all the way. It is really close to my seat, so I'm gonna try it out for a little while, and then if anything, I'll just bolt it up to the hub directly, and then get rid of the quick release. I did have to swap out one of these. I don't know what these are called. I just have a bunch of electrical stuff, but the horn works, just battery's disconnected. Yeah, but super nice steering wheel. Totally worth it. Alright, well it's been about an hour and a half. Got the transmission out. Shifter's off of there. I got fluid everywhere. Wasn't my best job, but I got the cross member transmount there, and then the drive shaft sitting over there. We're gonna have to lengthen that and then put on a bigger yoke, but yeah, I got real greasy from this thing, and definitely was not the fastest I've gotten this out or the cleanest, but at least it's out. So if y'all want a T5 with your V8 adapter, and then I'll even throw in this Hertz shifter. I'm gonna try and sell it all as like a package deal. I'm keeping my shifter. So the next thing we gotta do is probably get the header off in order to get to the starter wires, and then take the bell housing off because we're getting a new clutch that should be here today, as well as transmission fluid. So yeah, take this header off, which I freaking hate taking this header off, but I've done it so many times. It's just so awkward getting to the flange bolt because they're really tight, but you know, that's probably another half hour just getting that header off and then the bell housing, but we're getting there. Well, look what just arrived. Summit Racing. Thank you, Summit Racing. My fluids and People say Luke, but I like saying Luck Clutch. I don't even know how you say it, but I'll get this all out of here and check it out. Alright, well I figured I'd make a video. I've been struggling with this for a while. I did not know I had to do this. I even thought about paying someone else to do it. But in order to get this shifter on here, you have to kind of like delete this rear shifter setup. So I got all these pins out for our shifting forks here. And so normally this goes on like this. This was a pain to get out. And this actuates like all your different shifter bars. Like this. This would come out to here, and then this would go like this. And then if you're gonna go to first gear or second, this would pop over here, then shift to first, and then shift to second, and then same with your fifth and reverse, and this would be like your third and fourth gear. So in order to convert this to mid shift, you just have to flip this upside down. You have to punch all these pins out and try not to lose them in the transmission. And so I've been shoving rags in here to catch my pins, and then all we gotta do now is take this pin out for this rear shifter section, and just take this thing completely off, and then flip our thing upside down, and then put all the pins in it, and then it should work. It's been a struggle. I've been dealing with this for like half an hour, so hopefully I just can get that pin out easy and then get our shifter on. Definitely was not what I was expecting to do today, but I finally got it all out of there. This, get the pin out of there, get our little shifting mechanism out, and then I get to put it all back together. Flip around our shifter fork thing, and then put pins in these, and then that sucked. Alright, so I got this piece out. There goes his back shift lever, and just went ahead and flipped over my shifting fork thing, and then banged all the pins back in. I'm just gonna go ahead and put on my shifter and my block off plate, and then get to doing whatever I was supposed to do before I started doing all this, which I don't know. I was gonna adjust my throwout bearing, which this is the same one for the T5. It works, bolts up and everything. I'm just gonna have to adjust it differently, and yeah. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video. I managed to get a lot done. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things that you can do on YouTube. Super stoked about getting the steering wheel installed. Definitely can't wait to drive it with that, but definitely got a lot done in this video, and I'm gonna work on the next video. I tried keeping this one short and tried keeping it entertaining, but I just really was struggling getting a lot of stuff done, so I ended up just kind of not filming so much and just keeping it, you know, working hard and putting music on. And so yeah, give this video a like, comment, share, subscribe, join the 10 mil crew. Put a 10 mil on your keychain and you join the 10 mil crew. That's all you gotta do, easy.